we are reviewing The Darkest Hour. Now, when the first trailer hit for The Darkest Hour, my dad, as you guys know, anyone who watch my videos knows, I pretty much take my dad to the movies with me all the time. And he is a pretty fun guy to go to the movies with, mostly because he doesn't have as much of a filter as I do, even though I don't have much of a filter. But when the first trailer hit for The Darkest Hour, he literally leaned over, he's like, "We're going to see that." I'm like, okay, please say this comes out soon. This is not a Dunkirk situation where I had to wait a year of him going, "When's that movie coming out?" Luckily, it wasn't too bad, but they did push the release date back a couple times. I wasn't sure why. I never looked into it because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know they were doing reshoots or something, so don't tell me. But they pushed it back on us a whole month, which that wasn't fun because he was anticipating seeing it at Thanksgiving, and we ended up seeing it at Christmas. We went on Christmas Eve, actually. So this was something he was just really excited about. I was like, okay, cool. I love Gary Oldman. Let's see what they do with this. Let's see if this is a good historical film or if this is, nonsense. So we went to see it. And I must say, I was very impressed with it. I think a lot of times when you've got films set during wartime, it's easy to throw in some explosions to make it more exciting and, make it about, you throw in some characters and then you blow some stuff up. And, you do a little more with the character and you blow some stuff up. And that's not what this was. This was much more of a character-driven story than an action-driven story. Oldman's Winston Churchill is 100% the centerpiece of this film. His character drives everything. And I think that was the intention. I really hope Oldman gets himself an Oscar nod for this, if not an actual trophy, because I think he does an amazing job of transforming into Churchill, who, was a very unique character and was really in a tough position at a really rough time in history. And the other thing that's really interesting about the film is that there's really no bad guy. Now, I'm stopping right there. I'm not a Hitler supporter. Do not take me that way. That's not what I meant. Yes, Hitler's in the background. But again, it could have been easy to use Hitler to drive the story because Hitler, again, is a very... they like using him. Okay? And this film doesn't. He is really background. You never really see him other than in news clips. He is not central to this story. This is about Churchill and the problems he had trying to deal with the strain his country was under at the time. And the characters that are supposed to be, I guess you could say, the bad guys are other members of his party who are wanting to have peace talks with Hitler, who don't want to go to war, who don't want to fight. And they could have made them out to be really bad. But they don't. They make them a lot more sympathetic than that. They basically are really trying to show that these men, they weren't cowards. They weren't, they weren't okay with what Hitler was doing. They did not want to see their country go through another war. These men had all survived World War I. They didn't want World War II. They wanted to figure out a way around losing more lives than they'd already lost. They wanted to try to preserve their island without sacrificing an entire generation. And they were just hopeful they could come up with something to make that happen. Make Hitler happy so he'll leave us alone. Please, let's save our boys. And people can say that's cowardly, but you got to remember what these men had already been through. World War I was no joke. World War I was awful. They just couldn't do it again. They didn't want to do it again. But Churchill had the resolve, and in the end, it helped, save his country. And unfortunately, it really pulls on you both ways because you can see these men's point of view and why they don't want to go along with what Churchill's saying, and they don't want to go along with sending their boys off to more war, because at that time they're trying to get them back from Dunkirk. It's just, It's a really emotional film. It's really done brilliantly. Visually, the acting is just incredible. I've never really been into Lily James at all. I know she's been in a bunch of stuff, but I've never really, I don't watch Downton Abbey. Like, I just never really had much to do with her. But I think she did a great job of playing off him. And again, it's a very secondary character. It's about him. It's about Winston. And it's about, let's be honest, Oldman's performance, which is just incredible. Absolutely amazing. Um, I really was happy with how, at the end of the day, I was very happy with this film. I'm glad at the historical depiction. I like the accuracies. I liked, again, how they brought in the king. His stutter was there, which I thought was great. To remember that little minute detail there. But we never see Elizabeth. We never see Margaret. We never see his wife. Again, those are things that could have drug out of the story. And they don't, because they don't put them in there. We see their little pictures on his desk. We know they exist because we all know they exist. This is about Churchill. Okay? So, and the film I'm just so happy because, again, so many war films get so bogged down with so much extra. And this just isn't one of those. It's absolutely incredible. It's so well done. It's definitely a 5 out of 5 glasses of wine from me. I really recommend you guys seeing it. I hope we see more of this from Hollywood. And I really, really have my heart set on Oldman getting himself another Oscar nod, and I really hope he gets his first statue. I think he's deserved it. So that's my little bit on the Darkest Hour. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts of some of the depictions of Churchill in film? Do you think this is his best depiction? His best depiction. There we go. Or do you think there's another film that does a better job of bringing this character to life? So let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter. And be sure to check out some of my other videos. And also give me some suggestions of films you want me to watch. I'm kind of on the hunt for new stuff. So until I see you guys next time, have a great week.